Right, everyone. Carolina comes in. They beat Philadelphia 3-2, and I gotta tell you, this game Carolina is back. Now, we'll do a standings check probably for the next Hurricane review, and I would say Philadelphia at this point we can call a good team. They may collapse in November, but I think you give teams a month. The first month of hockey, you say, did this team play good against a bad team or a good team based on how they were projected, how they did last year, who they got. But Philadelphia, I think, was above 500 coming into this game. Let me just check Philadelphia here. They were 4-3-1. They're now 4-4-1. So Philadelphia was above 500. We'll call them a mediocre team right now, but they could very easily become a good team. And they lose to Carolina, and Carolina has the crowd booing because their penalty kill was so good. This felt like a return to form for Carolina. I think the game where Teravainen got a hat trick. I did watch that game. I was too tired to record a YouTube video. I apologize for that, but it is what it is. Like I said, YouTube has to come last in my life. So, yeah, but with that game, how well they played there, granted, Seattle was a weak team, but they still came in and did well. And then they come in against Philadelphia, and their penalty kill was amazing. The power play kept going, even though they only got one power play. But they got the power play goal, and their penalty kill shut the door. Anderson played well. Their breakouts were well. I think Carolina lost their game when they went away from the dump and chase man on man. The One of the goals was because they tried doing a neutral zone regroup. That isn't Carolina's game. I get the arguments for passing the puck, neutral zone regroup, maintain possession, get clean zone entries versus dumping the puck. I myself prefer, or I think with Carolina and the way Rod Brind'Amour coaches, dumping the puck in man on man is more effective, especially when you have a forecheck as good as Carolina's for this team. Now, for other teams and for other players, it's different. But for this team in particular, they rely on man. They rely on pressure. It's hard to maintain pressure when you have possession of the puck in the neutral zone. You got to maintain pressure in the offensive zone. You dump, you go get it. So for Carolina, dump and chase works. When they got away from that, Philadelphia was able to get the lead at one point. Necas lost his man. Necas has been playing great hockey. This isn't me trying to jump on Necas. It just happened. It's an 82-game season. Things happen. I've actually been very impressed with Necas' game, his wraparound, the way he's been using his speed. He's doing very well. But I'm just saying that particular goal, he did lose his man, but he was a forward having to play back. That happens. And then the other one, I think they gave up a few too many scoring chances, though, I will say, but they were getting the chances that they were giving up to, so they kind of opened up the ice more. But yeah, and all in all, Svechnikov, I believe he got his first point. Now, the NHL app, the way it updated, may not tell me, but I believe Svechnikov now has a point. Nason on Nason's first goal. Michael Bunting, of course, scored on the power play. But yeah, this feels like a return to form for Carolina. Hurricane of the game, I would give it to Frederick. Svechnikov tried the Svech. I know they call it the Michigan. I called the Svech. That should have stuck. Svech was the first player to do it in the NHL. I love to see that. I love the confidence in Svech's game. The way he kind of improved the fourth line was really good. Nason, I think, is a really good fourth liner. Svechnikov, I think, was the reason that fourth liner got a point tonight, the way he can pace the game. I think, unfortunately, for Nason and Drury, is probably going to only be on that line temporarily, but he'll be able to get them some points. They actually almost got another one, goal denied. Now for Hurricane of the game, I actually had someone picked out. Now I'm forgetting who it was. But, I'm actually going to give it to Teravainen. He got the game winner. Teravainen is having a nice bounce back year. If Teravainen can continue that the whole season into the playoffs, I got a good feeling. I got feelings that are warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum about the shout out to Simon Miller of What Culture Wrestling. But about Teravainen, if he can keep this up, because he's been remarkable. He's been, honestly, maybe the best player on the Hurricanes. I think Necas, Aho as always, Slavin in particular with some of the goals he scored. He's come back down to earth a little bit. But You know, they've been really effective. Aho was probably battling an injury, got injured, had to come back. Same for Svetch, but Teravainen's really stepped up in the injury bug we've had to get back above 500. We were below 500. And I've said when Carolina was at 500 for the first time since probably the beginning of the 2020 season, 2019-2020 season, I'm nervous. This season, not as much, or I hadn't been about the Hurricanes making the playoffs since then. Then they got to 500. Not panicked, but nervous. And Carolina, they're one game away from completely shutting away those fears, because that's a great way to respond to going below 500 if you're a good team early in the season. So that's it for this one. If you guys like the content I'm producing on the channel, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Share the video, and I'll see you guys for the next game against, I believe it's the Rangers, my least favorite team. Yes, it is. Oh, wait, no, that's the standings, but that'll be a good game. Yep, it is against the Rangers. That's a big game. We'll see how things go from there, but that's it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys then.